Because I'm going back to that statement. He said, if we're pushed. So they have their own agenda. He's saying that just in case they're being shortchanged or not being listened to, you were there, you said you sat very closely to him, and perhaps there must be something everyone was discussing, maybe away from the voting pattern, because we knew that it occurred during the discussion on the voting pattern.
No, it didn't. It didn't. In fact, the chairman should have ruled him out of order. The chairman of the conference, Justice Kuzi, should have ruled him out of order. What we were discussing when it came under this matter was whether we should invite memoranda from the Republic. So, actually, and that's why many of us were shouting point of order, but the chairman allowed him, he gave him the floor. Actually, the chairman should have ruled him out of order because he introduced an extraneous matter that was not before the conference at that moment.
Do you think if the issue of remuneration was not there, do you think that attention would have been more focused on the nation?
Well, I do not even think that there are people who are sitting in that hall who have the entire budget for that conference in their pockets. It's not about remuneration. It's about vested and entrenched interest over the years. It's a battle between status quo and the need for change. Look, go back to 2005 and look at the Northern agenda for 2005 for Passenger Conference. If you go back to that agenda, you can see that the mindset has not shifted, because in 2005, all the North came for was status quo. Existing states, existing local governments, the presidential system, nothing to change. So the question is not about whatever they call that remuneration is peanuts. I know people in that hall that the entire budget for the conference is in their pockets.
So why is it difficult to agree on a voting pattern? Because we see what happens in the National Assembly. There's a stalemate. They vote.
Yes.
And everybody decides this is how we want to do.
Yeah.
Did they consider that at the conference?
Well, that was the issue we were saying. In fact, that's what we were on for 3 days. That in every area of our lives, National Assembly, everywhere, the threshold for majority is still felt. On voting, why should now have 75%? And of course, and we saw the old gamut of arguments from our brothers and sisters from the north, that everybody spoke in favor of consensus or 75% is closest thing. And there was an interesting thing. There are those who say that, okay, they rejected the composition of the conference, they rejected the modality for the meeting delegate, they rejected everything, they rejected the whole idea of the conference, but they are holding on to 75%, because that's where the advantage is. And if we are looking at moving Nigeria forward, it should not be my way or the highway. We should look at the best. In fact, when Lamido said that we should be careful of Western civilization, it's because people are saying that anywhere in the world, bring one modern country where 75% is threshold.
But I just wonder, because security agencies will have a lot of headache now because so many comments coming through from that conference. And is there a perception that members of that conference think that, look, it's us and them, North and South? That cannot afford to happen, can it?
That's what we are seeing. I mean, when I've told you that Lamido of Adamawa is number 5 emir in the North and number 4 in the Caliphate. If you come on the floor of the conference to say, we are ready to work out, we have options, it's you that don't have options, we have nowhere to go. If this place disintegrates, we are moving elsewhere.
He's not an elected officer.
No, the same day, the head of the Caliphate, Sultan, went to the president. Oh, this conference is still against the Muslims. So people are widening.
But that's not the first time. In fairness, that's not the first time we've heard people speak like that. We've seen even there was a time Khan actually had issues and they went to the president. So if anybody has an issue and they go to the president, well, the president, as the president of the country, definitely will listen to them. And I think, don't you think we should just allow those who have complaints bring their complaints and let them be with their complaints?
Oh, so you think that some of us are so happy that with the killings going on, why didn't make that the first thing? We are saying that, look, you don't pollute the atmosphere before you start discussing. They have by now sharpened divisions.
Because 2 weeks now, Mr. Odumakin, and we still haven't actually seen any progress, so to speak, tangible progress.
Yeah, because you are saying 2 weeks, 53 years, where is the progress? 50 years after independence.
No,
100 years after, where's the progress?
That is why they
So
have.
that shows,
that is why.
there are fundamental issues we have to deal with.
Yeah, that is why I'm sure that Nigerians are happy that we've been able to constitute about 492 people that can actually sort out the rot of 52 years. And we say, well, this time we have to be serious about it, because in any case, there was also the issue of people sleeping in the conference and people, well, kicking against such being televised so that people don't even know that they're not there for real business. Are we ready to sort out the rot of 52 years?
That's the question. And that's why some of us spoke on that matter, that, look, we cannot ask the president to do their job. If the only way you can stop the media from reporting that you are sleeping is not to sleep. So the media has to do to keep you awake.
Okay.
But, you see, except leaders across the divide agree that we have issues we have to deal with. I mean, I do not expect in the midst of what has gone on in this country for responsible leaders to come together and not to focus on issues like we are saying, and now be focusing on the question of we have other places to go to. How do we vote?
What about the outcome of the conference? Because some ask, if it's going to be sent to the National Assembly, why have the National Conference? Why don't we just send our views to members of the National Assembly? Let them pass it after all.
Well, you can also see that that's one of the issues that came up early in the conference, about what happens, what's the final destination of this all. And there are people who are saying that, oh, we are just an advisory committee, we are this and this. Why should anybody go and waste 3 months of his life if you are merely just to advise? The president has enough with advisors. He can as well ask his body of advisors and the rest to advise him and give him a paper. I think that those who are saying that do not understand what's at stake. I want to assure you that there's no way this conference will not take a life of its own. And because these last-ditch efforts to put this place right.
Okay,
and the international community are waiting for what to happen in this country.
Let's bring this in for those who may have misconceptions. Yeah. Sharaf Abalogun says to ask you, are you biased against Islam?
I'm not. But I'm not biased against Islam. But let nobody at this stage come and use religion to intimidate anybody. Okay. That's what they're saying.
All right, Yinka Odumakin is a delegate at the ongoing national conference. Thank you for coming on this morning. We'll return after this break. Please join us again.